Michael Nagy here with Jiggy Jag TV and DiscoveringBands.com. And for everyone watching right now, if you could share this video on my channel and help support the awesome bands I featured today, I'm here with Set to Wake. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine, man. How about you?
Doing good, doing good. It's good to have you.
Yeah, I'm glad to be on.
Yeah. Now, I know the band likes to inform people on different issues that are going on in society, and I was wondering, what do you guys stand for? What kind of issues?
I mean, it's lots of equality, like between say different races, like black and white, and women and men, and that kind of stuff. Also, since we're a pretty left-leaning band, that's a lot of what we talk about too. It's not like I want to push anyone out of the conversation about that really, but it's more like giving people my viewpoint on how I see things really. Like having an open discussion, or it doesn't become that open when I release a song really, but like, yeah, having a discussion with myself and the people listening about what I feel about what's going on really. That's kind of the, for the most part, and like mental health and that kind of stuff too.
So now with everything going on in the world right now, is that inspiring even more new music for you?
Definitely. I've kept close track of the election in the US. I mean, right now it's just like chaos really. But I mean, it's, how do you say? It's really inspiring to see the positive things that's coming out of it, but it's also really hard to see the way that people respond to like both sides of it really. Like the conservatives think that it's voter fraud. I mean, that's definitely something that could occur, but there should be a real investigation and be some real proof before you really take it to court or anything. And also, like, I don't know, it's hard for me to explain it good in English too, since I'm Swedish, but I think you get where I'm going with this.
Yeah, well, your English is good, so.
Thank you, man. It's mostly that I stumble on words, really.
So, you want to tell us how the band started? A little history about the band?
Yeah, sure, man. We started in 2015 when we started on the same high school. We went to a music-focused high school here in Sweden, where we learned a lot about like playing in groups and music production and that kind of stuff. We all really just liked rock and metal and that kind of stuff. So we just started playing together. Our vocalist, he's a year older than us, so he had been on the school a year before us. So he'd written a bunch of demos for a future band really. And then we all just came along and started it up really. I mean, it's been a long way to travel really with the band. Lots of learning, like 21 to 24 right now. We started when we were pretty young and it sounded like shit back then. I feel like we've really exceeded our own expectations in what we thought we could achieve with our own sound and our own music and where we've gotten with it really. Even though we're not a big band at all, but like we've really, we've fighted to get to where we are, and we will continue to fight to get even further with it, because we're also passionate about this band and this kind of music.
Well, your new single, Beautiful End, it sounds absolutely amazing. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, sure, man. And thank you so much. It's that was really like a real spontaneous move, really, because we were planning on doing an album for like about a year. So we like got together a bunch of demos and started recording everything, and we were totally prepared to do an album. But then we felt like we weren't really happy with most of the songs that we got together, so we decided to scrap most of it. And one of the 3 or 4 songs that we decided that we wanted to release was Beautiful End, mostly because it's a unique vibe over it really, like this kind of new metal sound mixed in with the kind of genty vibes that we've had before, and also having our friend Voided as a feature in the second verse also like pushed us to really want to release that song, since he brings a whole new aspect to the whole song. Really brings a whole new vibe to it. We just felt like it was a real natural thing to do, to release that song.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of different elements and styles and vibes. You get a lot of different, almost like genres of music combined in that song. I like it.
Yeah, definitely. We actually redid the second verse from the first demo. From the first demo, it was like the same as the first verse, but we decided, like, if we're gonna have Voided on it, let's make it full trap, because that's kind of what his style were, at least. So we felt like having his signature in that verse would complement the song really well, and that verse wouldn't fight with the rest of the vibe of the song. It would just enhance it all, give it a different element that really lifts it up, I'd say.
Now, are you going to be having an album coming out soon, eventually?
I don't think so. We're focusing on singles right now, especially since we're in a pandemic and all. It doesn't seem really like lots of people care for an album right now. It's better to just regularly put out songs that people can listen to and like get that first dopamine kick, I guess. Since like releasing 12 songs that we worked real hard on and really want people to listen to, we don't think that would get really as much attention as a single each 2 or 3 months. And we're so undecided on what we want to release in our demos. We just take it step by step, really. Like, now we want to do this song, and next time around we want to do this song. We just pick a song at a time instead of committing to a full length.
Yeah, see what happens. And do you plan to do a video for each single?
Yeah, some form of visualization at least. It doesn't always have to be like a real high budget music video, but at least something that the viewer can look at and get a vibe of what we want the visual aspect of this auditory experience to be, really.
And how has the band handled the lockdown quarantine, and how are things where you are?
I mean, here in Sweden, we barely really had a lockdown. We mostly had restrictions like social distancing and wash your hands often and that kind of stuff. For us in the band, it hasn't affected us too much, really. We had a few shows coming up this spring that was, but of course they got cancelled because there's a 50 person limit for events or social gatherings. So that sucked, but it also gave us a lot more time to focus on the writing the best music we could during that time. And I think that plays a part in why we didn't want to do the album either, because we started writing so much music when we had that kind of stuff. In order to always enjoy your newer material better than the old material. But I think that plays a part in the album decision too. Right now, the restrictions real well. Like we enjoy just writing music and working on the songs, but of course we'd like to play shows and we'd like to meet and we'd like to rehearse and that kind of stuff, but it's not really possible right now. We have to respect that.
Yeah. Now your band name, how did you come up with that, Set to Wake?
It's actually quite a funny story about it, because we were called Adamant before, like from 2015 to 2017, I think. And then we decided that we can't have this name anymore. We gotta switch it up. So we basically just looked at songs from our Spotify, like tried to come up with something from songs we liked, really. So our drummer saw the song, what's it called? I can't remember it, but it's a Land Above God song that's called like Set to Die or something real brutal. And then he just came up with the Set to Wake. We just felt like it fit perfectly with what we wanted to do at that time too, with this enlightening people on issues that we want to discuss. So it just was a perfect fit, really.
Now, was that difficult to change the band name after you kind of had some fans that are established, or you just felt like you just...
It wasn't really that hard, because we hadn't released any music at that time really. I think we had released like 2 singles or anything. It was like locally to our community. It wasn't really anyone outside of us that had heard it, so it wasn't really that hard. It was just quite the work in informing people that we weren't adamant anymore, that we were called Set Awake. But now we've become more established as Set Awake, so I think we've succeeded with it, really.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, if people want to find you online, look you up, get your music on social media, how do they do that?
Just search for Set Awake, basically anywhere. I think we're, that's our domain on everything. Setawake.com, got links to everything, our website.
So all over the social media, YouTube, Facebook, just all over, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think the only thing we don't have is like Bandcamp. Maybe we should get on that.
Yeah, just get on everything. This way your music's everywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
I was going to ask, where do you want to see the band maybe, say, in a year from now?
I would like to see us. I mean, of course, one can have big dreams. I would like to see us like playing big festivals and stuff. But with the pandemic and everything, it isn't really that plausible that it would happen. But I mean, just getting new fans and getting to know people from around the world through music really is all that I really want to do, and just have fun doing it. That's the most important part. Like being able to express the feelings that I and the rest of the band have from what's occurring like in the moment, and sticking to that and releasing it and then doing it again. Like, I guess it's kind of like a dopamine rush, like releasing music. But the absolute best part of being a band is writing the songs and letting out the creativity inside of you.
Yeah, that's important during this time right now, to keep going and focusing and staying motivated and keep making music.
Yeah, definitely. There's quite a few bands that have like split up because of this pandemic, partly at least. And I really don't want us to be that band, and I don't think that we will be that kind of band. We're really focused on what we want to do and where we want to go. And we're going to fight all the way to get there.
Well, that's good. Like I said, with your new single, I can see you definitely having a lot of momentum coming from that.
Yeah, thank you, man. We're seeing quite the boost from it too. We're hoping it can reach heights that we didn't expect, really.
And now with the newer music you're going to release next, is it going to have a similar vibe to a Beautiful End? Or?
No, not really. I think because we have like a few singles planned out for a few months forward, and the next song is nothing like Beautiful End. It's more of like a ballad type song, I guess, like a more ambient, I don't know, heartfelt song, I'd say. We don't this or that sound or anything. We really want to explore what we can do with everything that we have at our hands. Like, we can do anything with modern music production, and we want to explore everything that can be done with it through our music.
Awesome. Well, look forward to what you have coming up next, and everyone look them up.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, it's good talking with you.
Yeah, good talking to you too.